can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The #1 midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. No D-Mac today. Flannel Sam is in his stead. We have young Justin. We have Spencer Raxter. Basically, the whole Woodward crew is out here. We are live at the Ally Challenge at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club on the Champions Tour of the PGA. It's their stop in Michigan. They are here. They're out there on the course as we speak. Action just teed off a little bit less than an hour ago. But Flannel, I know you're not a big golf guy.
No.
Per se.
Yeah.
But we are. So, you know what? It's not about you. It's about us.
No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, they're running kart in the background over there. They said Mario Kart starts at 2 o'clock. So after we get done here, I'm going to go smash some of that free food, and then I'm going to play some kart. I'm going to run these kids.
And I know, too, and look, here at the Ally Challenge, this is one of the more fan-friendly events in all of the state of Michigan. Go to allychallenge.com. Get your tickets. Come on out here. Action today, Saturday, and Sunday. We're live at the Fan Zone at hole number 17. Lionel, you don't know about this, but this hole here has one of the richest histories of any hole on the PGA Tour. I used to come here as a younger version of myself, and it was a free-for-all.
Well,
a guy like Spenny would have done very, very well, certainly back in the day, and will continue to do well.
Absolutely. In this version of it that we got here, we got Mario Kart, we've got all kinds of tents and food and whatnot. It does seem like a really cool event. The elusive Hole 17 that we keep reading about on the Ally Challenge, the legendary Hole 17. I'm glad to be here. Golf isn't really my thing, but I love the ambiance and the atmosphere, and it's going to be a fun show.
No, and it's a cool thing that's going on in the Metro Detroit area as well. So as I always say, whether it's the Ally Challenge, the Quick Lane Bowl, whatever is going on, if you're a sports fan, just come out. Just come out and support it.
It's
I know
cool.
it is cool. And Spenny, so here at Hole 17,
Yeah.
when a golfer makes a birdie,
Oh, yeah.
they do $2 beers.
$2 birdie beers.
So Spenny, if they make it through and someone makes a birdie, you'll know because you'll hear the gallery, and then Spenny will be gone for
Yeah,
about
I was
8
going to say,
minutes.
you'll know because I won't be here. I'm going to go grab about 6 Miller Lights.
There it is. So everybody's got their thing. No, but we certainly are going. Freddie Felt 313. Sam Flannel shall be named Sam Polo for today's. I didn't even notice that. What do y'all think about flannel in the polo?
You look very dapper, Flannel.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that it's a black polo, too, with, like, the green Woodward Sports. It's pretty fresh. When I saw that these were our polos, I'm like, okay, I can definitely get down with that.
Are you still rocking double polo?
No, I am not.
Yeah.
It was looking – well, I got here with the original polo that I had on, and then I saw that it looked a little bit ridiculous, like polo on top of polo, double collars.
Wait
so
a minute.
I changed.
Wait. What? He was wearing two polos.
He had the polo over the polo to start off.
For a while.
For a little bit. When I got here, he was looking a little
And then
chunky.
common sense took over.
Yeah.
The key word is I was off camera, so nobody should have ever known about it. Thank you, Spenny. But that's
Hey, there was juices. Don't look at me.
you know what? You're right. Juices, man.
But
More like Judas.
Judas.
Like Judas.
All right, jump into the chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel like tens of thousands of you already have. Get your thoughts out there. We'll read them as the show goes on.
Yeah.
It's joining us right now? Oh, yeah. Bring them on, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, you got the camera. We got the camera set up. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's welcome in our guy Tim from Randy Wise. Not those other guys. Really the reason. And the whole action here today on Woodward is brought to you by Randy Wise. And, Tim, we appreciate your time. I know you're a big golf guy, and I know you're good because you have the PXG hat on like myself.
Yeah, I think you just put the hat on and it makes you good all by itself. That's how great PXG clubs are.
Hey, that's right. We expect that. We expect that residuals coming back.
Yeah,
exactly. No, but Tim, you're a big golf guy. Number one, we do the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour in conjunction with Woodward Sports Network. I know this is special for you guys to be out here and be a part of it.
Yeah, this has been about a year in the making. Now, I didn't know we were going to really be an ally this quick. As you guys know, it kind of came up quick. But, man, I love the setup, and I can't thank Tim McCullum and Woodward and Randy Wise enough for allowing us just to do something that's I have a big passion for, but, with the golf. But now to see all these people out here come by, talk to us, we're going to have a great week, and we can't wait.
No, absolutely. And I'm glad I'm talking to you instead of Sam Flannel right now because you understand this. No, but the golf tradition in Michigan, and I've always said this, and I'm sure you've played all over the country as well, but pound for pound, Michigan has the best golf courses in all of the United States of America. I stand on that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm born and raised in Michigan. I played golf all over the country, and there's some great golf courses all over the place. But pound for pound, you're right. Anywhere you go in Michigan, you're going to find some courses that are just outstanding. The weather, the camaraderie in Michigan, it's conducive to play some great golf, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And the guys too that are playing on the tour, they talk in the same fashion as well. John Daly was on the network a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
you guys saw that certainly.
That was awesome.
No,
Yeah,
it was certainly awesome for you, Spenny.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I saw you. Yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed watching that over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spenny, it was really awesome for Spenny. But no, the guys will tell you that as well. John Daly loves the Michigan area as well. It's just, and I talked about this in the Open, Tim, you may have heard it. I love too that the Michigan sports community comes out and supports the events because I think the draft showed us this, right? The NFL draft showed us this.
Yeah,
we put on
awesome.
a good event.
Yeah. I mean, really, over the last few years, you can see the Detroit area in general just starting to grow back to what it was before. Following the bad boys with the Pistons and the Red Wing years. I mean, you're starting to feel that excitement, and I think golf is just growing by leaps and bounds with that type of excitement. And, so we're really excited this week, too. And we just want to give a couple special shout-outs, to first of all, PXG. I've had a connection with PXG for a while. I know some of the Woodward folks are influencers with them.
Yeah, D-Mac's a PXG, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I know there's one other person within Woodward. We got to get on that bandwagon. He's flexing over here for us right now, but he's next. But they were gracious enough for this event to donate for our scavenger hunt that we're doing within Randy Wise and Woodward, which we'll get to in a minute. A complete fitting, full set of Gen 7s at their Troy locations for the winner of our scavenger hunt this week. So
employees not eligible,
awesome.
Spenny, calm down.
So anybody out there listening, make sure when you show up at the front entrance by the driving range, we have our Randy Wise set up. We have some ladies out there that are helping them get set up with the phone to go out there and do the 4 clues for the scavenger hunt. And we got some great prizes that Woodward and Randy Wise put together. So that's going to be exciting for the fans as well. So.
No, absolutely. What else is going on with Randy Wise these days?
Well, things are really hopping. Business is really good right now. Things are starting to get a little bit back to normal when it
rates
comes
are coming
to
down a little bit.
Rates and payments and all that stuff. But we've been extremely busy, and I think Woodward and the partnership we have with you has made that happen. We're getting a lot more attention, a lot more activity out there about the celebrity podcast. We had a great event with Calvin at Darren McCarty's out here last week. That went outstanding. He is such a great ambassador for what we're trying to do here at Woodward and Randy Wise. So.
No, absolutely. Well, Tim, we certainly do appreciate the partnership with you guys. We appreciate you, having us out and doing all these things, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun talking to you, and I can't wait till when we get out on the golf course and play. Team PXG, stand up.
Great. Can't wait for it. And everybody come by, see Woodward today. That comes out to the tournament. 2 of the scavenger hunt, as you guys will soon find out, actually come over to here. So you might get some people that are asking about the scavenger hunt. So we're going to get a lot of traffic over here. Let's have a lot of fun this week.
All right, so come on out to the Ally Challenge, allychallenge.com. Get your tickets, come on out, and you can win with Randy Wise. But, Tim, again, thanks for the time.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
All right, appreciate that. So let's do this then. Let's take the first break. We'll come back. We're getting heavy into college football today. Heavy into college football. We're gonna clean up the NFL stuff with the Lions, the final preseason game. A term that you Michigan fans are familiar with. It's a nothing burger to me. What?
Nice.
I'm just laughing, man. It's
You guys birthed that term. Did you not?
Some people did. It was used.
Okay, so
we got
Did you ever use it, Flannel?
Yes.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Of course
they never
you did.
remember.
Yeah.
Not lately. Maybe at the beginning. I don't know. But as more with new information, you're allowed to change your opinion. Yeah,
it's true. Absolutely. On cue, Mike G says, "Go blue." So there's that out there. Woodward Sports chat thread. Make sure you jump in to there. James Miller with the What Up BD. What up, James Miller? But, yeah, this is how we're going to do it. When we come back, we'll talk the Lions. We'll get that out of the way. We have heavy college football. It's week 0 tomorrow. Week 0 starts tomorrow.
Woo!
Delaware State, lock in. Let's go.
Delaware State, lock in, everybody. We gave it away as the get right. So let's get to business, Sam Flannel. Let's do it all. And first off, tell them about Dispo.
Absolutely. And if you have to watch a DJU on week 0, you might need a little Dispo to help you get through that. But how would you like to win $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with a QR code and bring it into any Dispo location, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule for Woodward Sports Merch. The moment is almost in hand. We are ready to rock for the NFL season, which means you need to go to shop.woodwardsports.com and get your Boot 'em Kids shirt. I was told that we boo children here in Detroit, especially when a certain football team from LA is in town. Guess what? That team from LA is in town week 1, Sunday Night Football.
Kids.
So, be consistent, everybody. Get your Boot 'em Kids t-shirts. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. If you like to boo kids, like some people from LA said that we like to do, go ahead and get that t-shirt, shop.woodwardsports.com.
You know, I'm booing kids.
I know you are. Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel, Young Justin, Spencer Raxter. Where do you put yourself at, Spen? You seem better today. What, 80%?
I'm better,
75?
yeah. I got a massage yesterday from one of the lovely Lady Jane's girls. I went in the hot tub after I got home.
Loosened up?
Loosened up a little bit. The neck is, I got about, I would say, 80% mobility.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Remember, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel like tens of thousands of you already do. Go ahead and jump in there. Get your thoughts out there. We're at hole number 17 at the Ally Challenge at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club. The champions PGA Tour in town. The legends of the game are here. John Daly, Vijay Singh. He won it last year, as a matter of fact. And come on down here. They went Randy Wise. The Randy Wise Automotive Group is down here as well. They got a scavenger hunt going on.
I'm trying to win that.
You can't win.
Can I use a fake name?
No.
I need new clubs.
Hey, have Connor Stallions do it for you.
That's fair.
That's the way I would do it. No, but Flannel, before we get into college football, I'm hyped to do the show with you
Absolutely.
today. It's one of the few times a year I'm hyped to do the show with you. Justin, what?
That was uncalled for.
It's all right.
The truth.
I'm always hyped to have you on, Flannel.
Thank you, Spencer.
I am too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But anyway, though, before we do that, Flannel, we have to obviously clean up the NFL. The Lions tomorrow at Ford Field, the final preseason game. And look, man, I think I've kind of beat this horse to death. But Flannel, I just don't care. If I could opt out of the game, I would opt out of the game. Nothing good can come from that game tomorrow. Real talk. What good could come out of it? For real.
All right, so I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make, but
None.
you know what? There are 3 players, though, that I've actually really enjoyed watching this preseason. I've enjoyed watching Hendon Hooker, I've enjoyed watching Sione Vaki, and I've enjoyed watching Isaiah Williams. I mean,
Haven't you seen enough?
I mean, I think that I have, but who knows when it comes to Isaiah Williams? I find it hard to believe that if he doesn't show out, if he shows out again in this last preseason game, he's got to make the team. He's got a particular set of skills that I think
Liam Neeson.
Yes, I think they work really well in this sort of an offense. I know it might be a little redundant. I know he's probably going to be wide receiver 4 or 5 at best, but he just gets open, man. He's got that football speed. He runs crisp routes. We saw him take an end around for a first down. We saw him have a really nice punt return. Watching him play has been really, really nice. And then with Sione Vaki, maybe he's somebody who, if Montgomery or Gibbs goes down, he's somebody who can get some carries and make some dynamic plays, even if they're both healthy. Because in this preseason, he's averaged 5 yards a carry and 15 yards a catch. That's pretty, I know it's preseason, but that's kind of what you thought you were going to get on the high end of Sione Vaki. So I'm excited to watch them, and I'm potentially excited to watch Hendon Hooker play the whole game. Because I'm not too concerned with him getting injured because he's probably not going to play this season anyway, or at least we hope he doesn't play this season anyway. So those are the things that I am watching.
I hope he plays this season. I hope he plays in Week 17 when we got that number 1 overall seed wrapped up.
Absolutely.
And Week 18, I'm sorry, when we got that number 1 overall seed wrapped up.
Week 17 because it's already wrapped up
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, it's wrapped up 2 weeks early.
Because they're 16-0.
I would love that.
All right. I'm sorry. I sound like other people
Let
around
us
here
dream.
when I do that.
Hey.
You know? Kyle Stark in the Woodward Sports chat thread, he said, I live for Neil and Sam shows. This ish is electric. Well, we'll get there, though. Yep. I got a feeling the college football stuff's going to get heated.
The toxicity.
We'll see. We will see. I know where I stand on some things, and you know what? I think I've turned over a new leaf to where I'm a more calm, zen version of myself. So, but a college football show, if there's anything to break me out of it, it's a college football show.
We were rewatching your greatest hits the other day in the back, and, man, there are some good ones, especially the I Get Laid All the Time one.
Man.
Oh, dude, there are some all-time flannel hits out there for sure.
No, absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into that. This is a wild one to me. Taylor says, my wallet got a little good out of it. I sold 3 tickets at $65 each. All right, Taylor, with all due respect, get your bag. You guys know where I stand on this.
Yeah.
Get your bag. However,
never hate on somebody for getting the bag.
Who TF is paying $65 a ticket for
Oh, you know these
tickets?
Lions fans, man.
No,
I'm not personally, but there are people out there that will for sure.
Who's doing that? Come on.
I don't know anybody that's doing it, but good for you, Taylor, for finding somebody who would.
Get that bag, Taylor.
Here's the thing, and I'm not saying that this is something that I would advise. I'm not saying that this is something that I would do, but for some fans, given how expensive the regular season games are going to be and how ridiculously expensive the playoff games are going to be, maybe this one preseason game is the only time that they can get into Ford Field this year. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't spend $65, but if you can't get to a regular season game, I wouldn't say it's the next best thing, but at least you're in the building. At least you're watching the Lions on the field.
I'm taking a chunk out of this kid's burrito.
Dude.
Hey, you leave your stuff around Spenny, you get got.
Why did he do that?
I don't know why he went and got food.
Why did he leave? The show's going on. What if I had to go to Young Justin for something right now?
You know, he went and got food. There's free food. He knows we got like 10 dudes over here. He brings back stuff for himself. He's the only one.
Dude.
Get only things for himself.
He's going to be on Ermanni and Edwards today? Is he just going to get up and walk away during that show?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't they chain you to your seat in that
show?
show?
Yeah, they do.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
Give a shot
know
collar
that.
if you get too far away.
No, and DNCENT says, Neil, stop being scared. Jesus, man. Again, DNCENT, I'll ask you the question then directly. What good can come out of this versus what bad can come out of it?
I don't think
there is no good. Tell me the good.
I don't think there's anything necessarily good because you could get hurt. But I don't
Hooker gets reps. That's it.
That's good.
Well, I don't think there's anything catastrophic, though, because we're not seeing Penei out there or Goff or Hutch or Amon-Ra.
Hooker gets hurt.
I mean, Hooker gets hurt, then
the man Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah, then you would need Jared Goff to get hurt, which hopefully doesn't happen, to maybe see Nate Sudfeld or Jake Fromm. But the point is, it's I don't think anything catastrophic can happen. If Josh Paschal gets hurt, that would really suck. It's not like Aiden Hutchinson getting hurt, though, or a Marcus Davenport. If, I don't know, Brandon Joseph gets hurt, it would suck, but it's not like Iffy or Branch or a Kirby Joseph. So I'm not super worried about it as long as the starters don't play.
Some theories on where Justin went. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Justin forgot something in his Lambo. That's on display on hole number 2. That could be it. Ryan's reaction, Juice is trying to vibe. You all are haters.
Trying to vibe? What do you mean? He's got a job to do. You can vibe later.
I was going to get batteries to make sure that the microphone doesn't run out of batteries.
Oh.
So
Only cares about himself again.
Yeah.
Only got breakfast for himself, making sure his stuff's working, leaving the rest of the show out to dry. Man, what a team player this
Damn,
guy is.
it's almost like I left in the middle of the segment to make sure I was back by the time break hit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's better than leaving a minute before.
And sprinted from the clubhouse to make sure that I was here on time to start the show on time.
With breakfast for yourself.
You were booking it for real, though.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Remember, jump into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe like tens of thousands of you have already. Steve-O Baby. Neil, here's the problem. People think that preseason means something when it doesn't mean ish, but it means something to DNC. Maybe it does.
It
I don't
should
know.
mean something to me, man.
Yeah, well, and he's about that action. And I
Yes.
give DNC credit because we vibe on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just on this, we don't.
I think there's a couple things you look forward to. I mean, I'd like to see some play out of James Houston. That's for sure. So some nice plays out of James Houston. I'd like to see Matthew Betts get some reps because Dan Campbell said there are still 5 or 6 spots that are up for grabs. And I think that defensive line rotation is one, if not 2 of those spots belong in that defensive line rotation. So you got guys like I don't even know how to say their names. Akuu and Igwu.
Exactly.
But no, they're good players. Like they could
So good you don't know how to say their name.
because they're a complicated name.
They're complicated. No, to be fair, they are complicated names. And to piggyback off of what you said, Spenny, you did see Broderick Martin flash in the preseason. You saw Josh Paschal. I didn't love that he was out there that late in that Kansas City Chiefs game, but he made one of the biggest plays of the game, or what should have been one of the biggest plays of the game, which the Lions kind of squandered. But still, you're right. The defensive line, there are, I think, some spots that could be up for grabs. And I'm not saying that preseason is necessarily going to determine it, but with somebody like Broderick Martin, we've never seen him on the field.
Right.
You saw him in the first preseason game be one of their better defensive players. And that's not nothing to me.
It's
not a nothing burger?
No.
Not a nothing burger.
Not even a nothing sandwich.
Okay.
Not even a nothing panini.
Yeah.
Not even half a nothing
Not
sandwich
even
with a half a
nothing.
salad.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I prefer the bread bowl.
All right, where are we at for the break? What do I got to go to? Because I want to get into this nickel package action. Where am I going? I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the pregame show.
Pregame show. Why not? Let's do it, everybody, because you guys know Woodward and Maine gets the morning started at 8 a.m. Of course, that's Terry Foster and Broder as well. And we're doing Lions coverage better than anybody in this city. That is a fact. Even the flagship, everybody. You're going to get better content here
Flagship
from the
these
flagship.
Yeah.
Also, too, don't forget the Lions pregame show brought to you by Sabbath Coffee and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. And who doesn't love a little Irish whiskey in the morning? I know I do, and I know I like Lions coverage as well. Myself and Sean Belizean will be bringing you that every Sunday, 10 to noon, right here on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. And once again, brought to you by Sabbath Coffee and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. We're bringing you the best Lions coverage in the city.
At Planet Fitness.
No, but we are. We're bringing you the best Lions coverage in the city.
down.
And, of course, it's
Try out
Woodward
Planet
Sports.
Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, back at it here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at the Allied Challenge at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel in for DMAC. We got young Justin, Spencer Raxter here in the building as well. And all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. But as we said, get out here this weekend, by the way. AlliedChallenge.com. We're at hole number 17 at the Fan Fest. Stick was over there getting a root beer float from the Paddy Wagon ice cream stop as well. What Cops and Robbers Paddy Wagon Ice Cream Stop is up here. So get out here. They got a bunch of cool fan stuff you can do.
I used to play Cops and Robbers all the time. We used to play Cowboys and Indians, but I don't know if that's politically correct anymore.
Moving on. Here at Hole 17, by the way, when somebody makes a birdie in play, they do $2 beers.
Hell yeah.
Do they have like a DJ that does it?
They should be like, birdie beers.
Well, that's right. We got $2 beers here on hole number 17 for the next 10 minutes. $2 beers due to that birdie from VJ Singh.
That would be awesome. You should do that.
I mean, I ain't hard to find.
That's true.
I ain't hard to find. No, but we are doing
I
heavy.
really want to play that Mario Kart.
We are doing heavy college football-centric nickel packages. We got Michigan, Michigan State, college football. We got a college football financial one as well. The national scene, it's all represented. You ready to kick this thing off?
I have been ready for hours. Let's do it.
Get your Phil Steele out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get active.
I got it right here. Young Justin can't wait for this. But let's kick it off with the Michigan one. I don't want the Michigan fans to get all worked up saying we didn't do it.
All right, we got to do Michigan first, obviously, or they'll get salty. So first question of the Michigan nickel package, do you expect a bounce-back season from one Donovan Edwards?
I do, because he has to. Because I have them going 10-2, and if he doesn't, they're not going to go 10-2. We saw what he was able to do in his second year at Michigan, his first year of getting real playoff time. We saw him in open space against Penn State, juke that Penn State DB out of his shoes. We saw him hit the holes against Ohio State twice for 275-plus yard runs where he outran the entire Ohio State defense and took their hearts. We saw him in a big run against Purdue in the Big Ten championship game to a 25-yarder where he broke 5 tackles on the way to the end zone. But last season, something that just did not seem right. He seemed like he was pressing. He wasn't breaking any tackles. He wasn't hitting the holes. It seemed like he lost a step.
What do you attribute that to?
He's scared.
Now, let's not. Never mind. Keep going.
No, I like that one.
No, Here's the thing. I think at the very beginning of the season, he probably saw himself as in a tandem with Blake Corum. But obviously, the coaching staff trusted Blake Corum a lot more. And I think,
justifiably so.
Absolutely. And Donovan Edwards, he was pressing. I think he was pressing, and I think maybe he might have been a little bit banged up. I mean, another big telling sign was that Michigan did not trust him in short yardage situations at all. It was Blake Corum and Blake Corum only. Last season, nobody could turn a 2nd and 7 into a 3rd and 5 quite like Donovan Edwards. But my point is that now that he has the entire backfield to himself, I know Khalil Mullings is solid, but Donovan Edwards is El Capitano. He's RB1.
Don't say Mullins is solid. He's not solid.
He is solid. He's solid.
He is so mid.
He was at times more reliable than Donovan Edwards last year. That's fact. Donovan Edwards was terrible last year.
They've turned on each other, Spenny.
He's so talented. He's so talented,
That's how empires fall. Struggles from within.
He's so talented, though, and I have to believe that his couple big runs against Washington maybe got his confidence back a little bit. And he's going to carry this over into this year.
Donovan Edwards.
Hey,
the Don.
He was really damn good those couple games as a sophomore. It just all fell off the wheels. But no, yes, I believe he will have a breakout year.
I guess define bounce back, right? Because the granular Michigan fan
1,000 yards.
Okay, so 1,000 yards rushing, what, 500 receiving, 400 receiving? Like where are we at with that?
300 receiving, 1,000 rushing.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, for me, there are things that you can't ignore, right? 4 yards a carry, which was paltry behind that offensive line last year.
Yep.
There are signs that are a bit concerning.
Yes.
No offensive line starters returning?
No,
zero. No one has brought that up.
Zero.
Yeah. Nobody has brought that up.
I've brought that up on other shows, but we'll
you didn't do it here in front of me.
We'll continue
I don't
to
know
bring
if I
it up.
intimidate you or what.
No,
but anyway.
we've done like one show together in the last month. Come on,
you didn't bring it up in front of me. But the moral of the story is this, and I know I'm going to get killed, so I'm just going to go ahead and lean into it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It's fair to have questions about Donovan Edwards. Oh. It's fair. You can give me all this grandiose what you think he might be, and he's had moments certainly. Yeah. But now it's him on a day in and day out basis. Like that's what it is, at least to start.
I can't kill you for that. And that 4.2 yards per carry, it was heavily inflated by that national championship game. What he did before the national championship game
was under 4.
He was the most disappointing player in all of college football.
Chuck Brewer said he'll be RB3 by the end of the season.
That's not true. I mean, if it is, then he will have been basically a one-year wonder, and that's it. But I think he's more talented than that. We saw it on in high leverage situations as a sophomore.
That's fair.
The Bean wants to know, what did Michigan lose this year besides coach, quarterback, and running back?
Their entire offensive line.
Their entire offensive line.
And what did imagine being that arrogant. What did Michigan lose this year other than the 3 most important positions on their team? All right, let's go to the second question of the Michigan Nickelback.
Hold on. Is it fair? Is it fair that I have questions and I'm not just, go bet him to win the Heisman?
It's
Is
fair.
it fair?
I'm not going to bet him to win the Heisman, but I think he'll have a good year. I like Donovan Edwards.
Well, if you did, you'll get plus 100,000?
$40 million.
Yeah, it's big.
He ain't win the Heisman.
It's okay to have doubts. He has never proved that he could be a workhorse running back.
That's fair.
Z Digital, Edwards Heisman season loading. Then go ahead and bet on it.
Place the bet.
Place the bet.
Even throw $5 on it, your payout will be massive.
No, put $100 on it. Be a man.
Take your family's grocery money and put it on there.
Yeah,
How about
put your
that?
kids' tuition on it.
Man up.
All right,
second down.
Second question. Will this season's Michigan's defense be better than last season's?
I think it'll be slightly worse, but still the best in the country.
Ooh.
Okay, now.
Better than Georgia?
Yes.
I was told they have 4 of the top 20 picks in the draft, maybe the number 1 and number 2.
Georgia.
Yes.
College football hasn't seen that kind of talent on a defense. So, ergo, they should be the best in the nation. They should be better.
3 of them are defensive players, to be fair. One of them is Colston Loveland. But, I think they're going to be the best defense in college football. It's just, when you look at some of the guys that they lost.
Oregon puts 40 on them.
I don't think that's going to happen, but they might win.
That's not going to happen because Dylan Gabriel can't win away games.
When you look at some of the players that they lost, a couple of them to me were the dictionary definition of Jim Harbaugh Michigan guys. You got Michael Barrett, you got Mikey Sanderstill. And Mikey Sanderstill is somebody that you can't really replace. What he brought to this team was...
He was damn good last year.
No, he was. He played slot corner, he played outside, he played safety, he played linebacker. He made so many big plays on defense. You're missing Michael Barrett. I know you're replacing him with Jay-Sean Barnum, but Michael Barrett was a guy who just knew the system and was a captain, and he was a damn good player. And on the defensive line, I think this defensive line is going to be nasty. I think Mason Graham's the best defensive tackle in college football. I think Kenneth Grant's a top 5 defensive tackle in college football. I think they got solid edges. But last year you had all of that, plus Braden McGregor, Chris Jenkins, and Jalen Harrell rotating in. I think it's not going to be quite as dominant, but it is going to be damn good because of their high-end talent. When you ask Jim Harbaugh someday about the most talented players in college he has ever coached, it's going to go Andrew Luck, Will Johnson. Will Johnson could be in the NFL battling for Rookie of the Year this year, but he's going to be a college corner.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yes.
He's really good.
No,
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, could they be better? No, because the schedule is harder. They play
Fair.
real teams.
That's fair.
They play real teams this year, to some degree.
Starting week, what is it, week 2 or week 3?
Week 2. But they play 3 real teams. The rest is the same as last year.
Georgia.
That's why they'll get in the playoff. All right, moving on. Third down.
All right, third down. How many first-team All-Americans will the 2024 Michigan team have? What is it?
22.
Team number 175?
Well, if I don't say 22, then I'm a quote MSUer on the panel.
Okay.
That's what I was. Crazy clown. 3 MSUers getting chippy on the panel.
He doesn't even I'm the only Michigan State fan here,
guys.
Michigan State isn't even Boston College in the college football.
Relax.
Sorry, bro.
We're beating Boston College.
You might beat Boston.
Better
College.
believe it.
With what you guys did in the transfer portal, I think you're beating Boston College.
We got Mormon power on our side.
Michigan State nickel package coming up next.
That's
22 All-Americans, 11 on each side of the ball.
the amount of straw mans I keep seeing are just, come on. They're going to have 3. They're going to have Mason Graham, they're going to have Will Johnson, and they're going to have Colston Loveland. I know I already touched on Mason Graham and Will Johnson, what I talked about defensively. But Colston Loveland, he is Michigan's best pass-catching prospect since Braylon Edwards. He, to me, is going to be what Brock Bowers was for Georgia last year. He's somebody, to me, that has the athletic upside of even somebody like Kyle Pitts. He's a 6'5" gazelle. He's got hands. He's got speed. He makes contested catches over the middle.
Majestic.
He is majestic.
He's a half man, half unicorn.
He is. He is going to win the Mackey Award. No question about it.
He slides down rainbows into Michigan Stadium.
Colston Loveland?
Yes.
I mean, if Alex Orji can throw him the ball.
But that's the thing. It is it's going to be his greatest safety blanket. And I get it. You're only as good as your quarterback is, but I think he's going to be the most targeted Michigan player by a mile.
He should be.
Absolutely.
What do you got on it, Jesus? You're here.
Colston Loveland, I don't know. That might be a little too far for me. I think he's a great tight end. I think he's a first-round pick, but he's anointing him like the next Rob Gronkowski.
No.
The next Brock Bowers.
He's the next Brock Bowers.
But Brock Bowers was unreal tight end last year, making play on play on play. I don't see the same skill set out of Colston Loveland. I think they're different types of tight ends, and I think that he's more of a safety blanket more than Brock Bowers is a playmaker.
Okay, but he was mossing dudes as a freshman in the Big Ten championship game.
Colston Loveland's pretty similar to Brock Bowers to me, like athletic ability, play style.
Have we seen Brock Bowers take a snap in the NFL?
No.
That's the thing. If you're already writing Colston Loveland off like he can't do it, I think that's way too premature.
All right,
I'm not writing him off.
We got to get on the clock here. Fourth down.
Okay,
Fourth down. What
enough.
is the best or the worst case scenario for Michigan next year?
Miss the playoff?
I don't think that's the worst case scenario.
What do you think's the worst?
The worst case scenario would be
losing to MSU.
would be to get clipped, like maybe like a Fresno State, like something unspeakable.
Michigan State.
That would be Michigan State, Fresno State. That would be the worst case scenario. Because look, and look, I'm consistent with this. Jerome Moore is up against it. He is. He is up against it. He's fighting uphill. All the allegation stuff is still going on. All of it. And you know how Michigan fans are, man. And if he loses one of these games he's not supposed to, that's when the wheels will fall off. That's when you guys have proven that as a fan base. You've proven that as a fan base in the past.
Maybe Fresno State. But maybe
pick your rest of your schedule. Fresno State, Indiana, Minnesota, something like that.
All right, and that to me will mean that they miss the playoffs. And I get it, having one of those bad losses, it's really, really jarring. I would personally really hate it if Michigan lost to Michigan State at home. I think that would be pretty crappy for me and us fans. But to me, it's just about if you miss the playoffs, that's the worst case scenario. If you go like 7-5, 8-4, if you lose all of your big games and you lose to someone you're not supposed to, would be a disappointing year for sure.
All right, fifth down.
All right, fifth down. Best case scenario for the Michigan Wolverines next year.
Win a game in the playoff. You do that, Jerome Moore's safe, everything's cool, it's business as usual, and everything's good.
I would say best case scenario, you get into the playoff, Alex Orji turns into a good quarterback or maybe even a revelation. The offensive line comes back together.
He's out here.
Under the tutelage of one Sharon Moore and actually plays pretty well. You've had guys who've got snaps, just not starters, and they get a couple favorable matchups in the college football playoff, and they have a chance to repeat. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't think they can beat Georgia. I don't think they can beat Oregon on a neutral field. But any other team, any given day, I think Michigan can get the win. It would take a lot of unknowns to become knowns and to become good, but if you get favorable matchups, if Georgia takes an upset or something like that, it's all about matchups, man. Playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah. And I would say Michigan at plus money to get in the playoff. I'm damn near ready to give that a get right.
Give it a ride.
I am. I'm damn near ready to give that as a get right because they can go 0-3 against the three teams they play with a pulse, and they're in. They're getting in. Spenny.
That would be dependent on how other teams play out. If they lose all three of those games, they would need help
Spenny,
from other teams.
I told you how this is going to go. They're going to get credit for playing them. That's why the teams are. You don't have to win.
Yeah,
them.
but like
you
Ole Miss plays teams like that all year. So if Ole Miss
has a pretty light schedule.
If they only have 2 losses, though, they're
going to jump Michigan over them. 100% they will.
I don't know,
I disagree.
100%. They're 100% they will, Spenny. Okay, sit back and watch. Where are we going with the next break?
We are going all the way to Lady Jane's for a haircut.
Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Stop in and sit back and relax and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Ally Challenge. We're here as a matter of fact. It's one of the best parties in Michigan, one of the best sports atmospheres in Michigan right here, live at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club. Go to allychallenge.com. Get out here for the weekend. You can't make it out here today. That's cool. We're set up here at hole number 17. It's a golf spectacle. We're at the fan zone. There's tons of activities for you, for the kids to do. And Spenny's favorite part, when somebody makes a birdie on hole 17, $2 beers follow those birdies. So it's electric. It's a party, it's a festivity, and we got the best golf courses in the world, and the state of Michigan does golf the best out of any state in the old United States of America. Go to allychallenge.com. The concert's going on tonight, tomorrow. Be a part of it all. allychallenge.com. Brought to you by Randy
Just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine. How? I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar? How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Nickel Package Friday, Week 0, college football. Tomorrow in the morning, college football will be on, and it goes all day long. The 11:59 p.m. kickoff in Hawaii. We have come out of the gates with a double-barrel get-right. Delaware State, we got them at plus 39. They had some travel issues that everybody overreacted to. The line shut up to 40.5. We're in at both. Right, everybody? We're in. We're in at plus 39 on Delaware State. We're in at plus 40.5. It's a double-barrel get-right. You guys will be getting the text from me.
Oh,
at 1:30 a.m. Saturday night.
Oh, 1,000%.
Somebody asked me in the chat, Neil, what's the bourbon flavor going to be on Saturday night for the Hawaii game? I think in honor of Week 0, I think I am going to step the game up. I think we're going to be dipping into, we're either going to do the Old Forester single barrel strength.
Oh.
Coming in at a tasty 131 proof, by the way.
That's my kind of stuff right there.
If that gets to be a little much, then we may pivot to the Eagle Rare. We've got a couple of bottles in the chamber. We're good to go, so we're ready to go.
Am I up to Old Forester standard, or can I get a different recommendation for the Saturday night nightcap?
I don't know, what's your game? I'm not familiar with your game. Are you built to last?
I got my dad some Glen Scotia for his birthday.
Okay.
I really liked what you brought in the other day. That was really good. A couple
the
weeks ago.
Varchaz?
Yeah, that was really good.
Shout out Varchaz, by the way.
Shout
they
out
sent
Varchaz.
that over.
Yeah.
I like
some of that.
Wild Turkey.
Yeah, I'm a big Wild Turkey 101. I think that's good for you.
All right. I'll get some Wild Turkey.
It's readily available. It's a cheap bottle. It's solid. It's rock solid. It's versatile. You can mix up old fashions.
I might have to get that 1942 for the first weekend. That nice bottle of Don Julio.
That Julio?
Yeah. That nice bottle of Don Julio.
I feel it in the air. All right, it is college football nickel package day today. We did Michigan. We want to do Michigan State?
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Cool.
Let's go away from Michigan and go to the finest institution in the world. You can keep your Oxfords, your Browns. We're talking Michigan State University. First question on this warpath of MSU trying to get back to relevance in the Big Ten, led by the Mormon power of Coach Jonathan Smith. He brought in a ton of players in the transfer portal. Other than Aiden Childs, who will be the most impactful transfer for Michigan State this season?
Players in the chat says, Neil, do you buy into the Blanton hype? No.
No, Blanton's isn't good.
Yeah, it's mid. There are a ton of bottles that are sitting on that shelf that are in every shelf in every store that are much better than Blanton's. Go ahead, Flannel.
You know what? I'm going to go a little off the board. I'm going to go with their interior offensive lineman from Illinois, Andrew Dennis. I think he comes in as already their most talented offensive lineman on a line that's been shaky the last couple of years, to say the least. If he actually becomes a starter, that could be big in opening up holes for Nathan Carter, for the UMass transfer, for protecting Aiden Childs. They need to shore up that offensive line, and Andrew Dennis was actually a pretty good get for them.
All right, I'm running with K'Ron Lynch Adams, and here's why. This cat ran for 5 yards a pop at UMass.
1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns.
At UMass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think here it's twofold, right? What he brings to the table. Not only that, like the ability to carry the football. Where are you at with Nathan Carter?
I like Nathan Carter.
Do you?
Yeah, I like him.
Do you?
He's a dog, man.
Okay.
He was running behind a really bad offensive line last year. He can carry people. Like, he doesn't go down on the first hit. I like Nate Carter.
Okay, man.
He's a captain.
I understand that. But this is year number 1, and we're going to get into this with Michigan State in a second.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at. I like the depth they have at running back. Question 2, second down. Spenny, look behind you. Look behind you. He's coming. Look at that right there, the promised land.
Oh,
you
yeah.
see the cart full of the Coors Light?
There's the
and
Coors Light
and here comes
cart.
the Miller Light behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the birdie beers.
Dropping off the birdie beers, baby.
There he
$2
is.
birdie beers.
These guys are the real heroes of the
These
Ally
are the real
Challenge.
heroes of the weekend.
Yep.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to them.
Keeping them stocked. All right, where were we? Talking about football, right?
For my player, for my most impactful transfer, I'm going to go Jack Velling. I think bringing him in from Oklahoma State along with Aiden Childs is extremely important. This was his tight end last year. He has familiarity with him. This is a guy who had 8 touchdowns last year. This is a guy who almost had 500 yards receiving last year. You bring him in, he could be a security blanket for Aiden Childs. We got some nice receivers, Montori Foster, Nick Marsh, Antonio Gates Jr., but you bring in this guy, if things break down, Aiden Childs has to move around the pocket. He's got a guy he's familiar with that could be sitting there ready for the ball. Next question. Of the greatest institution of all times nickel package, the Michigan State nickel package, will Aiden Childs live up to the hype this year?
You guys kind of sound like Michigan fans when they're talking about Aiden Childs,
I love
don't
him.
they?
I mean, he's the best quarterback we've had since Connor Cook, and it's not close.
Yeah, which is why I would say that he does. I'm not gonna.
I would say he better.
Well, yeah, that for their sake. I'm not gonna go. I know, Spenny, you're kind of joking. I'm not saying he's gonna be a dark horse Heisman or anything like that. But to be an upgrade over the Caden Hausers and the Noah Kims and
Rocky Lombardis.
I mean,
hey, Rocky Lombardi, he did his job.
Like final season Brian Lewerke. You guys have had it kind of rough lately. And Aiden Childs, he seems like a breath of fresh air. He looks solid whenever he played at Oregon State, even though it was mostly in mop-up duty. He's got a lot of talent. He can scramble. He's good from the pocket. I think he's going to be good. He's not somebody that I necessarily fear this year, but he's somebody when Michigan goes to East Lansing in 2025. I will have my I will be on the lookout for sure.
We're in lockstep on that one, Flannel. I think Aiden Childs has a lot of potential. He's also a sophomore. This is a growth year for Michigan State. If they make a bowl game with him, he obviously had to play relatively well for them to get there. That's a successful season for Michigan State, a successful season for Aiden Childs, and then I will be on Spenny's wave. He's a dark horse Heisman candidate in 2025.
Adie's 4-1. Let's go Red Wing Sparty. The beer cart drivers put their bodies on the line for our freedom.
They sure do.
That's right. Give them their due.
They were on the triple option.
Absolutely. They're familiar with it. Oh, Spenny, speaking of that reminds me. Update. I will be at the Florida Atlantic Army game.
Hell yeah.
September 9th down in Boca.
That's what it's all about.
I will be there.
That's electric.
I'm pretty hyped up about that. That's going to be
after the Lions beat the Rams at Sunday night.
September 7th. Sorry.
Oh,
September 7th.
Before the Lions beat the Rams.
I'll be down in Boca to do soccer. I'll fly back and do the pregame.
You should
show.
FaceTime me. I'll be lit at my brother's wedding.
Oh, it's noon. It's a noon kickoff.
I'll still be lit at my brother's wedding.
Absolutely. All right.
That's the Spenny I know and love right there.
What down are we on?
It was second down. Do you think Aiden Childs will live up to the hype?
Oh yeah. He better. This year for Michigan State's bigger than it is for Michigan.
It is.
And even for me,
you gotta set the tone.
Yeah, even for me who says this year is big for Michigan because you got to take a step to prove that you're not Auburn. That's the way this works. Like if you want to be like a legit program, then you have to follow up your success with more success. For Michigan State, they're fighting on a road to relevancy. Like Spenny, I know that it doesn't compute with you, but much like the Michigan fans from before, this is where you are with Michigan State.
Yeah.
You are Boston College.
Yeah.
You are.
We need to prove that we're not Indiana.
That's my point. Like, this is your contemporaries.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not true.
No, for sure. And
so it's big, man.
It's big. I expect a decent season out of Michigan State this year. But I'll tell you what, if Aiden Childs, if they win a game they're not supposed to, against Michigan, against Iowa, against one of these teams that they're not supposed to win, it's going to be because of Aiden Childs. It's going to be because Aiden Childs is a dynamic playmaker at the quarterback position, because he extends plays with his legs, and the dude's got a rocket arm. So if they win, it's going to be because Aiden Childs goes out there and puts on a performance. I'm buying in more.
I came here today and sat in this chair here at hole number 17 at the Ally Challenge.
Shout out.
AllyChallenge.com for tickets.
Shout out
Randy Wise. I came here today with my mind made up that I hadn't seen enough from Aiden Childs to suggest that he is this land of candy and rainbows that you say that he is. You've convinced me.
I like him a lot.
I buy in.
I like the kid a lot. He's a natural leader. He's a captain this year as a first year in his new school.
Sophomore.
Never started a game.
That's my point.
It's like he's got a lot of pressure on him for sure, but I believe he can live up to it. The kid seems confident. I'm excited to see him sling it. Like I said, he'll be the best quarterback we've had since like junior year Lewerke when he had a damn good season. Yeah. All right, next question. Worst case scenario for Michigan State this year?
Worst case scenario would be
repeat of last year.
A 4-win season.
Yeah.
A 5. I'll tell you what. Anything short of a bowl is a worst case scenario.
I would agree with that.
They got to get this done, man. And following that up, worst case scenario, kind of similar to Michigan. They lose. And remember, too, like I joke because, I'll be at the FAU Army game. And remember, Tom Herman's a coach there.
Oh,
remember at South Florida.
I honestly don't think he ever should have gotten fired at Texas. But you know what? It worked out for them, Steve Sarkisian.
They lose that game at home. Bro. They're only an 11.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that could be tougher than you think, which is why, I would say not a bowl game. Maybe Aiden Childs is hurt by his lack of offensive line. Weapons still aren't. I mean, they got some solid ones, but not ideal. I know he's got a good running game, but just,
Montori Foster's going to take a step up this year.
No, hey, maybe more on him in a second. But, just if Aiden Childs just doesn't get the help that he needs, because I think he's going to be solid no matter what. The question is the roster around him.
Yeah, I think worst-case scenario for Michigan State this year is we don't make a bowl game. If we don't make a bowl game, that's just another year.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing as last year. It's the same exact thing as 2 years. Like, you need to make a bowl game. I understand. I wouldn't be, calling for Coach Smith's head or anything because this is his first year. It is a rebuild. But it's
uncomfortable.
It would put a bad taste in your mouth to start your tenure like that, especially with this team has enough talent on it to make a bowl game. I wholeheartedly believe that. So they should. With their running, that's a damn good running back tandem. The offensive line is meh, but with the wide receivers, Aiden Childs, and those running backs, they should have enough firepower to make a bowl game.
6 wins, though. What? Rutgers, FAU, Prairie View.
We're beating Boston College.
Rutgers is not a gimme either. They're going to be really good this year as well.
Rutgers beat them at state last year, didn't they?
Yep.
Got a good running back.
So then it's not a gimme.
It's
hard to construct six wins, Benny.
It's not.
Especially with the middle line. Rutgers' D-line is elite.
FAU's
a dub, easy.
At Maryland?
Dub.
Maryland's gutter trash this year.
You're getting kind of flippant. Prairie View, that's a win.
That's a dub.
At Boston College?
I believe that's a dub. That's going to be tough, but that's a dub.
Ohio State, no. At Oregon, no. Iowa?
Maybe.
Stop.
We should have beat Iowa last year. If it wasn't for a Cooper DeJean punt return touchdown, we would have beat Iowa last year.
But you didn't. At Michigan?
No. That's out.
Home against Indiana? You better.
That's a dub.
At Illinois?
That's a tough one.
Home against Purdue?
Home against Purdue, yes, that's a dub.
Home against Rutgers? You see what I'm saying, man? It's great in theory, but when you start doing the science
I think they're going to beat Iowa. I really do. I don't believe in Iowa this year. We should have beat Iowa last year. If
I was going to go to the playoff this year.
Not with a loss on Michigan State on their belt.
Hey, that would knock them out for sure.
Yeah. All right, best case scenario for Michigan State.
They become a factor. Not like a factor to win the Big Ten or anything, but they pop somebody. They pop somebody. They do the old Michigan State. When you count them out, they rise up and they beat somebody. I think that's a best case scenario for them. Maybe a 7-8 win season. They get in a bowl with, maybe that win against Iowa or something like that.
Yeah, I would say 7 regular season wins and a bowl game win. I think that's best case scenario for them. And I actually think that's very achievable. You've got some really tough games, a really tough stretch in the middle of the season, but, Indiana's terrible. Purdue might be the worst team in the Big Ten this year.
They're awful.
They're not even what they were a couple of years ago. And, You got a couple of pickups.
You may want to look more into Indiana.
Indiana looks pretty bad, too. Yeah.
Nick Hedigan says, shout out Randy Wise, not those other guys, and says, no on Maryland. That flag alone is why Michigan State will lose. That is a pretty sick state flag.
It is pretty cool.
It's electric.
Best case scenario for Michigan State this year involves 2 wins. It involves beating Michigan and winning a bowl game.
Now, I'll give you that.
That would be by far the best case.
If you
I
go
don't
1
think
and
it's gonna
10,
happen.
but you beat Michigan, it was a good year.
It was a good year. Yeah. Well, no.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
not for me.
Spenny, it would be classic.
I would be happy, but it wouldn't be a good year for the
All right,
football
2 and 9.
No.
Okay.
I need if we beat Michigan but don't go into a bowl game, that's not a good year for me.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to happen, but best case scenario would be you beat Michigan, you win a bowl game.
Ceiling 8-4 with a bowl win.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's fair. No, that is the bowl win thing. I don't put any credence because you don't know who's playing.
Yeah, but I
need
to see it.
But you need to be there.
You need
I'd
to be there.
expect State to win their bowl game because they will have
Aiden Childs
very
will
few
play. Yeah.
opt-outs.
Aiden Childs will play in the bowl this year.
Lastly, before we go to break, keys to wisdom: start 4-0, go 2-2, finish 4-0, Sparty playoffs. You like that road, right?
I like that road a lot.
All right.
Path.
That's the.
I don't know if they can go 2-2 in that stretch of.
No.
Isn't it Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan all in a row?
I think so.
Ohio State, Oregon, Iowa at Michigan.
Yes,
okay.
Ohio State at Oregon.
All right.
Bye.
You can
Iowa
go
at
1 and
Michigan.
3 and go 4-0 and then 1 and 3.
Oh,
and I'll be
you'd
happy.
break someone's hand shaking their hand if they offered you 1 and 3. in
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
All right. Where are we at with the break?
We are at Swiss Insurance.
Hey,
All right.
Swiss Insurance. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Market Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 or go to their website at swissins.com.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Club of Southeast Michigan, where you can join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. That's right, they offer youth ages 5 to 14, 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks as well. And the $2 birdie beers are flowing already, Spenny. There we go. Corey Pavin, the man. All right. You can register for the football program or the cheer program at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation, all included for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field. Just $175 a child. All that stuff is included. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. All right.
Cheers to Corey Pavin.
The first $2 birdie beers are in hand. Shout out Corey Pavin, everybody. He made the birdie on 17. Give me what was the vibe like on 17 when he made that birdie? It was like winning the Masters.
Yeah,
wasn't
so
it?
it's early in the day. There's not a ton of people up there in the grandstand just yet, but like I'm just standing there. Oh, this is nice. It's nice. All of a sudden, I hear everybody go, yeah, and get up and leave, and like a guy tips over his chair walking to the bar. I thought he was with the golfer. Like, all right, he nailed that hole. We're going to the next one. No, he was going to the bar, and it's like $2 beers, $2 beers, and guess what? $2 beer. They're not lying.
No, and they're nice and cold too. Good mill already.
They're ice cold.
Yeah.
Like
guys, allychallenge.com. Get your tickets.
Randy Wise.
Randy
Brought
Wise.
to you by Randy Wise.
Shout out Randy
Come
Wise.
on
We're
out
here all weekend.
Do you drink beers, Flannel?
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
There you go.
Thank
Flannel
you.
deserves one.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Cheers, Flannel.
Cheers.
But it's a college football nickel package Friday here. Week 0 tomorrow. We're live at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club. The Champions Tour of the PGA in town. Vijay Singh, the defending champion. All the greats of the game are out here. John Daly, as we talked about Vijay Singh. Corey Pavin just made a birdie on 17.
Shout out. My new favorite golfer.
There you go.
Move over, Tiger.
We going to smash that? We going to chug it or what?
No, I'm going to savor it.
You're going to savor it?
Yeah.
Next one you're chugging?
Next one I'll chug.
All right, there you go. So we're doing it. Neil Rule, Sam Flannel, Young Justin.
I got to get some breakfast in me first before I start chugging beers.
Fair.
Do you?
Not really.
He just was trying to sound responsible.
Yeah.
But a big shout-out again to the Randy Wise Automotive team for having us out here. And, again, you can check out all of our Randy Wise content on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as well, the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Be like tens of thousands of others. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. All right, college football on the brain, college football nickel package, the National College Football Nickel Package. We'll bring in young Justin for this one, I guess.
All right,
Everyone
locked in.
Your scene.
I'm ready. National platform of college football. Locked in, tapped in. Here we go. Who returns to the upper echelon of college football, Florida State or Miami?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would argue Florida State has already done more than Miami has in the last 15 years. And I always qualify this, Sam, when I answer these questions. I am a Miami guy. Mm-hmm. I love they were my first college football love, the Miami Hurricanes. Just little Neil Rule running around, seeing 14 consecutive years with a first-round draft pick. The greatest college football team ever assembled on one field at one time was the Miami Hurricanes in the early 2000s.
Yep.
That is a fact. That is not opinion.
Their running back room alone, it had like 4 NFL running backs.
Yes. It was back in the time where Willis McGahee got hurt on purpose in the national title game, so he didn't get drafted by the Lions. Like, how times have changed for the Lions and for Miami.
And Willis
it's
McGahee.
over. I maintain this at Miami. It's over. Look it up. Mario Cristobal, Duke game last year. Miami versus Duke, the Mario Cristobal game. He's out there running the football when all they have to do is take a knee. They fumble. They lose. You cannot win at a high level with Mario Cristobal as your game executor. You can't do it. You can get in big games because of how he can recruit, but Flannel, it's over for Miami. The academics won. They can spend as much money as they want. It's not a culture that buys in. They are what Michigan used to be. And you know what I mean when I say that.
Sure. So it depends on how you want to answer this question because, yeah, you're right. Florida State, they would have been in the playoff last year if Jordan Travis doesn't get hurt. And even recently, they won a natty with Jameis Winston, and they got back to the college football playoff with a Jameis Winston as well. So they haven't really been down bad like Miami has, where they haven't been relevant since the early 2000s. However, if you're asking me about this season, Miami's going to have a better year. Florida State lost everybody. They lost their corners. They lost their defensive line. They lost their two receivers.
If you go back to what they did last year, it's more than Miami had done in the previous decade and a half.
They went from Jordan Travis to DJ Uiagalelei. Miami...
I know, and you know where I stand with that. I understand it, but I'm talking about the whole. What's Miami going to do? For real, what are they going to do?
They went from Tyler Van Dyke to Cam Ward. That's an upgrade.
Okay. On paper,
I understand.
Something will happen where they will lose games.
They might, but all we can go off of is on paper right now. I love that transfer running back Martinez they got from Oregon State. They have Restrepo, who is one of the best slot receivers in all of college football. They've got a nice NFL-level defensive end. I think this season, Florida State is like a 7-win football team. And Miami... I'm not gonna say this quite yet because we have another question about that, but I think Miami clearly clears Florida State this season.
You don't believe in Uiagalelei?
He's a downgrade He's a downgrade from Jordan Travis. That's objective.
Like 3 years ago, but
I'm here to declare Miami's back.
Okay.
There we go.
Right. Okay.
Miami has now going to see the fruits of their labor of the D-line recruits from the last 3 years of Mario Cristobal. In the third year of Mario Cristobal in Oregon, he won the Pac-12 title game. He can win big games when he has the talent. He finally has his quarterback. Van Dyke is not a good enough quarterback. Cam Ward is electric. They have one of the best running backs in the country in Damian Martinez from Oregon State. They are going to be loaded. Offensive line, defensive line, quarterback, running back. That's talking dirty to me. So I got Miami.
Oregon State lost to everybody.
Yeah, when new information presents itself, you have the right to change your opinion.
Yeah.
Shout out Sam Flannel.
Yes.
That's a trademark Sam Flannel.
It's a great saying.
They're at Florida out of the gate. They're less than a field goal favorite. That's a 50-50 game.
You got to win that game.
They're winning it.
They have to.
Yes.
Got to win that game.
Then it's Florida A&M, Ball State, at South Florida, Virginia Tech, at Cal, at Louisville, Florida State at home.
Florida A&M's making some money this year.
Duke at home, who has just been ravaged. At Georgia Tech, they stink. Wake Forest stinks even worse. All right, they could get in the playoff. They could. There's a path.
Like I said to you last night, there's a path.
There's a path. All right, I'll give you that there's a path. I just think in the end, Crystal Ball, they're undoing. Flannel, you know what I talk about the NCAA tournament and sports in general. When you lose at the end, ultimately, it's always your undoing that does it.
Sure.
If that makes any sense.
Rick Barnes. That's the.
He is the Rick Barnes of college football.
Shout out Rick Barnes.
Yeah. Hey, get your money. Woodward Sports chat thread. I bet Neil had a 2 Live Crew tape when he was a kid. I did.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
who didn't?
Come on, man.
It's all about the you.
It's all about the you.
I used to play 7th Floor Crew. I used to bang that all the time.
G-Reg.
What's your name, G-Reg? How you do, kid? How you do? Put on my pencil. Let us see my
All
third.
right. Let's go. We're falling behind here. Second down.
Greg Olson's the
All
GOAT.
right, second down. Can DeBoer carry the Tide legacy
No.
in year one?
Absolutely not.
It's
Not
over.
a chance.
It's
I don't know
over.
if it's over.
Again.
What is
Spenny,
over for them?
What's over for them? Winning a national title every other year.
Are they going to make the playoff?
No.
No?
No.
Well,
You don't think they'll make the playoff this year?
Freshman left tackle.
Flannel thinks 5 teams in the Big Ten are going to make the playoff.
You know what, though? There were like that Alabama team we saw against Michigan. They couldn't execute a snap
No, it was bad.
repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like,
the
it
wide
was bad.
receivers were not nearly what we were used to.
And they haven't gotten any
And
better.
they lost Bond.
Yeah.
So, and for him to walk into this, I'm not Kalen DeBoer. Like, he caught lightning in a bottle and got a great transfer.
I mean,
that was a great
he also
fit.
had 3 elite wide receivers.
100%. And he did what I would do if I were in his situation. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there
Get
and
your
get the
bag,
bag.
brother.
Get the bigger bag. Like, that's exactly what I would have done. But to suggest he's going to come in here and get it humming like Nick Saban had it humming, that's absurd, man. No chance. And you know there's going to be a lot of Michigan vibes to the Alabama fan base. The first game they lose where they shouldn't have.
Fire him.
Look out.
To me, they have the imperfect combination for them of losing the most while also having one of the toughest schedules at Wisconsin, home Georgia, at Tennessee, at Oklahoma, home versus Missouri. I think they're a 4-loss regular season team this year, and they lost everybody. They lost Kool-Aid, Terrion, Dallas Turner, their entire defensive line, their skill position players, and I don't think Alabama has reloaded for this year like we're used to. When I look at the PFF big board, I'll give you an example. Michigan has 4 out of the first 18. Alabama's has 1 in the first round, and it's at 20. And if you're being honest, guys like Derrick Henry, guys like Calvin Ridley
Trent
and Julio
Richardson.
Jones and Trent Richardson and like Jerry Jeudy and Devontae Smith.
Mark Ingram.
They are laughing at the skill position players that they have this year. It's not up to Alabama's standard. The only thing they brought back is Jalen Milroe.
100%.
That's it.
Yeah, and Kalen DeBoer ain't going to be the guy to fix that.
I'll tell you what, though.
He's just not.
I think Jalen Milroe actually might benefit a little bit from Kalen DeBoer. He's a good offensive mind.
He is.
But
Sure.
they don't have the talent that Washington had with those 3 receivers.
All right, next one.
All right, down number 3. Who beats the choker allegations to become a real contender, Ole Miss or Oregon?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like both these teams.
Yeah, but I guess that depends on your definition of beating the allegations because
multiple playoff wins.
Multiple playoff wins. See, I'm jaded in this because I don't buy Oregon the same way that the rest of you do. If you look through Dylan Gabriel's history, that man never wins on the road. Never. Loses at West Virginia, loses at Texas Tech. He never wins on the road,
That's
man.
gross.
And no one knows that,
Can't
right?
lose to West Virginia.
So by definition, and I would say if you're Ole Miss, if you go to the playoff and win a game, they'll build a statue of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, they
Immediately.
will.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin's the man, dude. I love Lane Kiffin.
I love when he calls a play and he sees the formation, and at the snap he puts his
He's
hands
like,
in
yep.
the air that
Yeah.
it's a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most gangster thing in the world
Yeah.
that Lane Kiffin does. I love it. I love it.
And they're going to be doing a lot this year. I personally think both of them break it. I think they're two of the 8 best teams in college football, even at their floor. And I think that there's a chance that they could both be Final Four teams. I'm not calling for it, but go ahead.
How do you like Jackson Dart plus 1,600 for Heisman?
I love it.
I like that a lot. I was just looking at that.
Yeah, if you want. And that's the thing, too. There is no, overwhelming favorite for the Heisman.
No.
If you want Jackson Dart, you got to do it now because they got a soft schedule.
After the first couple weeks, he'll be at plus 800.
Yeah, he's going to pile it up. I would say if you're into swing investing, that certainly would be.
Yeah, he'll be at 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns by week 3.
100%. Yep. And then everybody will be on them and everything like that. And they can get murdered by Georgia, and it doesn't matter.
It won't affect it, yeah.
It won't affect anything.
They are my team in the SEC championship game.
I like it.
That's
he's
a perfect
he's going hard in the paint.
I like Ole Miss.
And just for the record, before you move on, they were the top 2 teams in terms of transfer portal rankings.
Yeah.
Impact players all across the board from the transfer portal, both teams. And returning.
Michigan State was top 10.
Chase has a good one. That's because they had to take down all their other statues on their campus. That's fair.
They sure did.
Shout out to Chase.
My sister went to Ole Miss for grad school, and it was
a different.
Yes.
Chase, that is one of the greatest messages that I've ever been put in.
That's a good one.
Shout
for
out
sure.
DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. I can't believe they were on the same Ole Miss team at once.
Yeah, for real. That is pretty wild.
All right, here we go.
All right, down number 4, speed round. Around the room, give me your 4 conference championships from the Power 4 conferences: Big 10, SEC, ACC, Big 12.
Ohio State, Georgia, Kansas State. It's gonna be a bomb. There's gonna be a bomb in the Big 12. I'm telling you guys this. There's gonna be a bomb. Too many people are on Utah for my liking. All right. Where did I leave off? ACC.
ACC. Miami.
Clemson.
All right.
Yep. Clemson.
All right.
Sorry.
I am gonna go Oregon, Georgia, Miami, Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Brent Brennan.
Dude.
Friend of Big D Energy, Brent Brennan.
Brent Brennan's the man.
Tetsiora McMillan is the best wide receiver in college football.
Yeah, he is.
He is the best wide receiver in college
Luther
football.
Burden has some regards about that.
McMillan clears Burden.
Yeah.
McMillan is 6. He is a monster. No, Burden's good, but McMillan is, and he's got Fafifa or whatever his name is throwing the football to him. I know Burden has Brady Cook, but that Arizona team is pretty damn talented.
Big D Energy legend Brent Brennan.
Yes.
In the college football playoff with the Big 12 champion Arizona Wild. We'll get him on the show. 100% we will.
And they've got an NFL corner too. I mean, they're pretty loaded. I think losing Jed Fish, I know your regard for Brett Brennan, that's going to be a bit of a loss considering he's a good offensive mind, but
no,
they're just so
he comes
talented.
on this show. He's the greatest football mind ever.
Got to show us at the Power 5. I'll just say that.
All right, let me get active. I got Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, and I'm going to go Utah, but if there was a bomb play, UCF.
Okay, I know they're getting a lot of. I know they're
Shout
getting a lot
out KJ
of
Jefferson.
What do you got, real quick, Spenny?
KJ Jefferson's still in college football.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Give me Georgia.
Cam Rising's in his 7th year.
I know.
Give me Georgia, Ohio State. I'll take Miami too, and I'm gonna go. ACC is so stupid.
You already said Miami.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at Florida State though. I'll go Arizona too. We'll go Brent Brennan. We'll love Brent Brennan.
Just some Brent Brennan love. All right, where are we at? Fifth down?
Fifth down.
We're way behind.
Call your natty. Champ.
Georgia.
100%.
Georgia's going to beat Ohio State in the Natty.
Georgia's going to beat Oregon in the Natty.
Oregon's not going to be in the Natty.
I
think Ohio State's going to win because it's now or never. It's now or never for them. And Michigan fans know this. When there's an air of desperation, there's an air of desperation.
That's what finally got Michigan over the hump.
Right.
Waking up in a dream.
Changing the way you operate.
Yeah, and they did that with Will Howard. Will Howard is the consistent factor that we took on with Cade, and Cade finally beat Ohio State. That's why I think Ohio State will probably beat Michigan this year, because he's a level of consistency that they haven't had in terms of just making the right play.
All right, let's cut to the break real quick. What are we on?
Let's go to the break. I'll tell you about Mark White.
Yeah.
Mark White will do you right. He'll save you up to $5,000 in your closing costs. Just visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That's right. I said $5,000 of your closing costs if you sign with Mark White & Associates. Again, go to markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. That's 248-290-8242. Let Mark White change your life.
to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
For KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues. Like, look, it's messy. There is no doubt about that. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham, however, they will have your back. Over 10 years of experience, 24/7 availability. Look, a lot of people out there, you're losing sleep over this stuff because this is real life, everybody. Get some rest at night. Get with KDK Law in Birmingham. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Say Woodward Sports sent you. KDK Law will pay your filing fee. Get some restful nights. Get the best on your side. Get the experience. Get the availability. Get KDK Law.
You're wrong.
Playing the part of KG, Spencer Raxter. College football nickel package extravaganza. We're live at the Ally Challenge. Go to allychallenge.com for tickets. We're at hole 17. The festivities are going on. They got the fan zone, $2 birdie beers. Shout out to Randy Wise, the automotive team,
Wise,
for having us out here. We appreciate their partnership, no doubt about that.
This makes me think of a younger chapter in Spenny's career. When I was working at Andiamo, we used to do events like this all the time.
There you go, and look at you now.
I used to be cruising around on these golf carts. We used to take the governors off them and just fly.
On these things.
It was awesome.
Absolutely. Sam Flannel in for DMAC. He's enjoying a $2 birdie beer, courtesy of Corey Pavin. Corey Pavin has immediately shot up in Woodward sports lore.
Yeah,
absolutely.
My favorite golfer, other than John Daly.
100%.
Was also shot up in Woodward sports lore.
Yeah, I got like 2 free ounces from it.
And by the way, too, for the rest of the golfers here on the Champions Tour of the PGA, you, too, can go down in Woodward sports lore. All you have to do is birdie 17 and get the people $2 beer.
Yeah, that's all you need. You get Spenny cheap beer, and you're his best friend.
Absolutely. You are his hero. But no, we're talking heavy college football. The tailgate wins in the chat. I was a year early on Utah. They won the Big 12 this year, no doubt. Shout out the College Football Show. But again, happy to be out here. Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, like tens of thousands of you have already. We are the best network in sports in the state of Michigan. That is a fact, not opinion. 2 birds, both stones. Sam looks like he secretly hates the taste of beer. Is that your first beer?
No, it's not. My problem, though, is that is Miller Lite my favorite thing in the world? Not necessarily, but when Stick just brings it to me like the beer fairy, and thank you, Cody Pavin, as well, I certainly like it. It's just I've got too obvious of a pain face. So if I don't love every single sip, I can't hide it. I need to work on that.
Yeah. Rando Smalls, why is anybody talking about Colorado? It's funny you bring that up. In our next segment, we have our college football financial nickel package.
All right.
Colorado is the first down of it. We'll discuss. No, the Colorado thing to me is, I know that it became a real estate bubble.
Sure.
Deion Sanders and Colorado football became like a real estate bubble, right? He popped up on the scene. Everybody was investing. Things kind of went south. I seem to be the only person that remembers that they were a 1-win football team that he took over. There was improvement for that program. There was improvement. How can you say there wasn't?
They were a 1 year. They were a 1-win program one year. They were consistently like a 5, 4, 4, 6. They would pop off for like a 10 every once in a while under guys like Carl Durrell and Mel Tucker.
Pull up
and
the year by year of Colorado football. Pull up the year by year.
I mean,
Look at what he walked into.
I'm saying it's like it's not 1 win. That 1 win was an anomaly. That season for Colorado was a disappointment. I don't care what anybody says. People act like it was the greatest thing ever. Oh, my God, they quadrupled their wins. Yes. They had the same amount of conference wins. 1.
Why do you hate Deion?
Because he's not a good football coach. I don't think he's a good football coach. I think that he won with the most talent, with having guys like Shadur and Shiloh and Travis Hunter at Jackson State, the type of players that the HBCUs can never get. He's in Power 5 now. And I think that they're
So
going to
how many wins would they need to get for you to be satisfied?
Get to a bowl game. I can answer that just on my end. Like as a Deion fan, the time has come to get to a bowl game for them.
If he gets to a bowl game, I will cool down my rhetoric. I will for real get to a bowl game.
Do you still think he's a terrible father?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I do think Shadur is a little bit of a
DB.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
do.
a. I mean, yeah,
I do.
He's damn good though.
He is. I just being an
If
NFL
he had an offensive
quarterback.
line, he would be a Heisman favorite.
Right.
Agree on that
for,
front.
for sure.
And that's something where they will have to have fixed. You know what I'm saying? So, just real quick, since somebody asked, North Dakota State, that Thursday night of Labor Day, I'll be locked into that game.
Shout
That's
out
a
North
good-ass
Dakota
game.
State.
Yeah.
Catch me on the plus for North Dakota State.
My boy Cam.
Okay.
My
So
boy
you-
Cam used to be the goalie at North Dakota State. He
Yeah.
won a couple chips there.
Yeah, we had our battles at Oakland with North Dakota State.
He's
back
one of
in
the
end.
best collegiate goalies of all time. Cam Johnson. Look him up. Broke Jimmy Howard's records.
We would go there to play them in basketball back when we were in the same conference, and we were there one time in February, and the wind chill was minus 55 degrees.
Jesus.
The bus driver had to leave the bus running outside the
didn't
hotel.
freeze, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. North Dakota State at Nebraska.
Loss.
Loss for Nebraska.
Oh, we're back on
Loss
this
for
again.
Colorado.
No, Nebraska. Okay.
At Nebraska, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dylan Raiola. You buying that stock?
Maybe not. He's going to be good.
Patrick Mahomes 2.0?
He's going to be good. He might struggle a little bit as a freshman.
At
but-
Colorado State.
Is he going to be Patrick Mahomes 2.0?
No.
Who you buy is Matt Rule. Matt Rule is one of the
Matt Rule is
premier
good.
college football head coaches.
I know.
And turns it around every year.
Neil hates Matt Rule.
I don't know if I would say one of the
No. He's got a
premier.
sweet name.
He does
But-
have a sweet name.
But it's Nebraska. And Nebraska is the Miami of the Big Ten.
Worse.
It's over.
That is true.
It's over, and you're never getting back to that.
I would say they're worse too, Flannel. I mean, they had a good run with Sue, but
The type of athlete you need to win in college football is not available in the Nebraska area anymore.
I
with all
think
due
you don't
respect.
think Matt Rule can get him though?
No.
You got Dylan Raiola. That's the type of athlete you need.
I think he can use the Texas pipeline to his advantage.
I think he can too.
I think they
All
make
right,
a.
we'll
bowl-
see.
I think they break their bowl drought this year, which is like 6. It's something ridiculous. They never made a bowl game with Scott Frost.
That's insane.
We don't.
That's weird. I was told he was bad.
Yeah,
Damn it! I
yeah.
walked right into that one. Probably the worst take I've ever had in the history of my time at sports media.
It's for sure up
Wait
there.
a minute. Did somebody lie to us, Spenny?
No.
I was told that they were back, and
I was told Scott Frost is going to
is
bring.
him.
Yeah, he's going to bring Nebraska back.
Bro, guys, I was at. I'll tell you, you guys remember when I had my moment where I melted down over the Tex where they lost that game to Northwestern in week 0.
Yeah.
I was at the Sour Beer Festival with
Sour Beer
the
Festival?
Sour Beer
What the
Festival
hell is
with
that?
my then fiance, now wife, and I was checking alerts on my phone because that game was looking pretty good for him. Casey Thompson had a couple of nice drives, but then they blew that game to Northwestern, which turned out, I believe, to be the only win Northwestern would get the entire year. And I literally texted into the group chat, I was wrong, all caps. It was a devastating moment for old
all
Flannel
right,
Sam.
let's clean up a couple of the comments here in the chat. Let's get to the break and get to the college football financial nickel package. Megan, Sam doesn't think Deion Sanders is a Hall of Famer. Probably not.
Of course he's a Hall of Famer. He's arguably the best cover corner ever.
Not arguably.
Patrick says Nebraska and Colorado are the same team. Let's Go Red Wing Sparty. Shout out NDSU alum Easton Stick. That's a great name. That is a great name.
He was Carson Wentz's backup.
Big
That's
Con
pretty wild,
51.
actually.
I wonder how Flannel would feel about Deion if he came to Michigan. How do you think he'd feel about Deion if he came?
We don't
to
need
we'd
him.
love him.
We don't need him.
You'd rather have Sharon Moore than Deion Sanders?
1,000%.
Oh my God.
1,000%.
Chuck Brewer says, Neil, without having Texas
You don't
recruiting,
want Shador. You'd rather have Alex Orji than Shador Sanders. You don't want Will Johnson and Travis Hunter as your 1 and 2
with
quarterbacks.
Deion as his coach.
Yeah, that would be
Will Johnson and Travis. Hey, but Deion.
That would be the best defense in the history of college football.
We'd be national champions.
But you know
off
what?
rip.
This is another PSA to Deion Sanders. Stop playing Travis Hunter both ways.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
got to just
He's
play
gonna die.
corner.
Yeah.
He has to just play corner.
He almost died last year.
You saw how it affected him in that Stanford game.
Yeah.
Where he got just torn apart by Alec Iominer in the
couldn't
second
believe
half.
he got mossed.
He got destroyed. But the problem was, nobody is meant to play 80 snaps a game.
Give him like 5 to 10 snaps on offense.
Be like what Charles Woodson was for
Yes,
Michigan.
exactly.
Don't be like the best receiver, too, because it's going to hurt him on the defensive
give
side
him
of the
a
ball.
couple deep shots.
Yeah.
Don't let them play both sides. That's crazy.
They
It's
have
not high
receiving
school.
weapons too.
Yeah.
Other than him, they don't necessarily need him.
All right, let's get to the break.
They
Where we
need
at?
him at corner.
Yeah.
We are at Randy Wise.
That's right.
Hey,
Not
Randy
those other
Wise
guys.
Automotive, not those other guys. How would you like to play with a legend like Darren McCarty, Kurt Gibson, Raylan Edwards, or Calvin Johnson? Calvin Johnson, it's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you can play like a VIP. Go to @woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. They just opened one in Madison Heights. Make sure you go check them out if you want the best pizza, biscuits, and chicken in the game. Soroki's. You can find one near you at Sorokis.com. Soroki's. Now that's crispy.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy. We're live at the Ally Challenge. Go to allychallenge.com. Shout out Randy Wise Automotive Team for having us out here. And make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Like tens of thousands of people already have. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. Don't be fooled by any metric that you want to judge it. Go ahead and judge it. You will find out that I sounded like Mel Kiper there.
Go ahead and judge it.
Yeah. Woodward Sports Network, maybe not getting all the hype that they should, but somebody who takes them certainly is going to find out that they're one of the very best in the game. But no, we are out here doing it. It is a college football nickel package. Go to allychallenge.com. They got the $2 birdie beers here. When someone makes a birdie on 17, you get $2 beers. Shout out Corey Pavin. He did that feat no more than 45 minutes ago.
Our guy Ryan Lentz put my face on Corey Pavin for the Woodward Heavyweights thumbnail, so I'm putting it up there right now. Shout out to Corey Pavin. It looks really gross. That is a terrible.
Your face does not fit his body type.
No, my face is way too big for his head, but it's okay because Corey Pavin is my hero now.
There it is. Absolutely.
Behind John Daly, my second favorite golfer.
Yes. But, yeah, let's do it. You guys know I like to do this, and I like that you guys like this. I like that you've embraced it. Both you here at the network. Look at that. That is great.
That's gross.
I like that you guys, the audience, have embraced this as well because I think this is a lot of fun. I think it's very telling, and it's something I like to do. So without any further ado, let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
College football financials nickel package.
College
this is a lot
football
of fun.
financial. Let me find the text thread. Where is it? Here it is. All right, college football financials nickel package. Colorado special teams coordinator Trevor Riley re-signed after he went to Saudi Arabia to seek investments in Colorado's NIL fund. Reportedly, he had some things worked out with the Saudi Public Investment Fund, but then Colorado administration may have backed out. Your thoughts?
This is why.
That's such an L.
This is why Dion works right there. This is why I know you guys get caught up in like a game or two games or things like that. This is why it's going to work. However, this is why it's not going to work at Colorado. And Dion's in a bad spot.
Once he gets to the SEC, getting that Saudi blood money.
If I were Dion and my people, because Trevor Riley is a special teams coordinator. He's a nil guy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Sure.
That's his job, which is why he's hanging out in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
If I were Dion and we had this done, and my administrator comes and says, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm out. 100% I'm out.
Yeah.
Flannel, as as a Michigan fan,
sure.
For you to win,
you got to get in those
you
waters.
got to go all the way.
That's Saudi. I mean,
and he's not even cheating.
That's some. Those are some steep pockets. That Saudi buddy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are schools, though, that wouldn't put the kibosh to that, 100%. You mentioned SEC teams, but...
if I'm an athletic director, my school's not putting the kibosh to it.
Sure.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
We're getting all the money we can to bring in the best players to win games.
Ohio State spent $15 million in NIL this year. That is pocket change to that collective.
Yeah.
They would make a college football team a powerhouse if they were in the SEC. It could be Arkansas. They make them a powerhouse.
They make them an NFL team.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, that's the thing. And that's why Deion's going to take some slings and arrows at Colorado. See, you see how I do this? There's a symmetry to what I do.
Yeah.
Deion set up to fail there by the guy that hired him. And that was a move by their athletic director, a self-serving move, so he would get the adulation and he would get all the credit and all the rah-rah and everything for bringing Deion in, and then he cuts his legs out from underneath him. It's not going to work there. And it's not going to be I want this on the record. It's not Deion's fault. It's the AD's fault.
That's fair.
It's never going to be Deion's fault. When
I just told you. Tell me how that's Deion's fault.
That's fair. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't think he's a good in-game manager. I don't. But
you tell me Miami's going to be in the playoff.
Yeah. They got
Mario Cristobal is a worse in-game manager than Deion Sanders.
Mario Cristobal.
Deion would kneel if they had the game won instead of handing it off.
Everybody would kneel except for Mario Cristobal. To be fair.
Oh my!
To be fair.
What is that the dumbest coaching move of all time?
Yes.
And then they had to watch Haynes King throw a game-winning touchdown.
Shout out Haynes King.
Shout out Haynes King.
Shout out my Georgia Tech dynasty. He's a GOAT.
All right, question number 2 of the college football financial nickel package. Oregon and Washington are half-share members of the Big Ten, meaning they will only receive $30 million per year, while the rest of the schools get about $60 million for the Big Ten media rights. Did Oregon get hustled? Sounds like it.
I 100% I think they did. But I mean,
they don't need the money though. They got Nike.
Yeah, but I mean, it's to me, it's one of those things, Flannel, where the Pac-12 was crumbling around them.
Sure.
And like, what are you gonna do? They were kind of backed into a corner.
They had no choice.
You know what I'm saying?
They got to go somewhere. It's either that or go to like the Big 12 and follow Arizona or something like that. But yeah, Oregon's going to be, in my opinion, they're going to win the Big Ten, but they're going to make less money than other schools.
Which is insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. And they're Oregon.
Purdue's going to make more money than Oregon.
Purdue.
They don't need the money, though. Phil Knight has fully fledged money to their collective in order to pay for the best players, and it's an unlimited fund from what I've read.
You know what? Phil Knight, too, is on the Mike Ilitch Tigers thing at the end. Like, he knows the time that's left on the scoreboard.
Oh, for
We'll
sure.
just say it like that, and he wants to win.
All right, question number 3. The college football player revenue split will be 29% of the Big Ten.
Oh, the playoff revenue
split.
Sorry
Playoff
about that,
revenue split will be 29% of it going to the Big Ten, 29% to the SEC, 17% to the ACC, and 15% to the Big 12. For real, how did the ACC pull off 17%?
I don't know, but props to them.
Yeah. They're going to have one team, and it's going to get bounced in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. But they're going to be sitting there with more than the Big 12. And I'll tell you this, pound for pound, the Big 12 is better than the ACC.
Maybe.
Pound for pound.
Maybe this year, but I'll tell you what about the ACC. Florida State and Clemson have low-key been two of the most successful college football programs of the past decade. They're not as successful as like Alabama or Georgia, but, they're on a short list.
Yeah.
They've won natties.
Only a couple teams with multiple natties.
Yeah, Clemson.
Clemson is one of them.
Clemson's one of them.
Lots of chat. Danny G, the non-kneel is literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It is.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
All right.
He should have been fired on the spot.
He really should have. Question number 4. College football attendance went up slightly for the second straight year after dropping for 7 consecutive years before that. What do you make of that? They're selling alcohol. That's it.
There's that.
That's it.
It's a combination of things. That is a major player, though. That is a major player, no doubt. And here's why I'm glad that we have young Justin here, because I want to run this by you before we get Flannel's take. I would say this, that the reason it's up is because there are more big-time matchups than there's ever been. And young Justin, your generation, you people, you are not going to Alabama against the Citadel. Even though it's Alabama, you're not going. You will max out your credit card to go to Alabama, Georgia. You absolutely will. And that's it.
And he's got a platinum card with no limits. He's got the American Express black card in his wallet.
When you're rolling with Justin, there's no limits.
Yeah.
But young Justin, here's the deal. You guys are an experience-based generation. You'll go, and you'll spend beyond your means to get there if it's cool.
There's no such thing as beyond Justin's means.
Your people. Is that fair? Is that a fair
Real talk,
statement?
that's fair. That's fair. I know a lot of my friends, we will drop a bag to go see a better game. We just went to Chelsea versus Man City at the Shoe, and we chose that over seeing them Chelsea play Celtic at Notre Dame because it was a better matchup. So 100%. It's definitely, and I think honestly that's also a pushing factor for why this conference realignment has happened. I think that there's a lot of my generation who doesn't like the mid games. Like I'll tune in and I'll watch, Purdue, Nebraska, but I can't say that about a lot of my friends.
Let me run this by you. Will you guys, instead of buying season tickets, just save that money and buy the tickets to the big game and just go to that?
I would do that, yeah.
Yes. That is definitely a Gen Z move.
I'm not Gen Z, but I'd do it.
Phil, Neil is great at generalization. He literally just said that was true.
Yeah.
Phil, he literally just said it was true, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
Flannel, what do you got on this?
You know what's great about my situation?
Because you have season tickets.
My father-in-law.
Yeah.
My father-in-law's got Michigan season tickets. So
Must
I'll
be nice to have a wife and season tickets, Flannel.
Hey, it's definitely been a perk. So yes, but I'll tell you what, I'm the sicko.
That's why you got married.
That's not the only reason, but
Gotta
it doesn't
lock
hurt.
that down.
But it was a reason.
Gotta lock that down.
Real quick, Sue you in the chat says noon games are for boomers. Is that true?
Noon games are for boomers for sure.
They are.
Unless you go to. I like being a student at a noon game because you wake up at 7 a.m., start drinking in the shower.
Eggs,
I like night games as a alumni better.
Big noon kickoff is the biggest.
Because I don't like having to
thing
get on the
that
road
is-
at 7.
That might be.
Why
in
is it the most watched
network
game all the time of the weekend?
Because
Why?
boomers love college football.
Exactly.
Bro, big.
Well, you guys love college football.
That's true.
Our generation
We're
would
a
rather go to
dying
the
breed.
bar at night and watch a bunch of college football games than sit at noon.
We're a dying breed.
I don't know. I like noon games.
You're a boomer at heart, Flannel.
I kind of am.
You are.
I kind of am. I like getting home from the game at and being able to
Flannel,
watch.
Flannel is to that.
Flannel's got the soul of a boomer.
Kind of like where I have like the body of one, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the inverse of that.
Yeah.
I as somebody who works in college sports, I do like the noon game because I'm home.
Yeah.
Workday's done by 4.
That's like I said, like when I went to MSU, like the noon games were awesome. You wake up at 7, you start drinking, you get there, you're done, you're back, drink it again at 4 p.m., and then you got the whole night. You get to take a nice nap before you hit the bars.
yeah.
But to get on the road to get to MSU at 7, don't like that.
That's fair. That's fair. If you're on campus, lock and load.
Yes.
Get it in. No, I understand that.
Final question.
Yes, sir.
It's being reported that college football in the state of Alabama has a $20 billion economic impact on the state. But I was told it was academics. Was I lied to?
Yeah. Yes. We've all been lied to.
Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about academics in Alabama.
Cardell Jones should be celebrated.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the great modern philosophers of our time. And he's
Spoke the
not.
truth, man.
Instead, he's made fun of. And he's the guy that brought this to life. Cardell Jones is the guy that set us free.
Yeah.
12 gauge, baby.
He normalized the new era of college athletics.
I'm not here to play school.
Not here to play school.
So-
A $20 billion. And Flannel, look, we have played Oakland. We've played at Alabama while the football season's still going on.
Yeah.
One year we went down there. I think it was 2 years. The Jamal Cain year when we had Jamal Cain. We played down there on a Friday night when they had a home game against Auburn the next day. Friday night after the game, there was no hotel rooms available to us. So we had to after the game, we got in the bus and we took a bus to Atlanta and stayed at the airport to fly home. Like that's how it was. So when they say a $20 billion impact, they are not kidding. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's down there, and guys, look, I'm telling you this.
It means more.
Spenny,
They weren't lying.
does. It does. There's no way it doesn't, man.
I guess I went down when my sister went to not even Alabama, just the South in general. When I went down to an Ole Miss game with my sister when she was there, grad, like it's a different world, man. It's insane.
It is. Like
Look at the high school stadiums down there.
Yeah.
Adis 411 has a question for you, Flannel.
Yeah.
Any truth to the rumor that's why you married your wife, because her dad has season tickets?
That is not true. It just happens to be a nice perk. That's all.
It's definitely part of it.
Did you know about the
Thank
season
you.
tickets before you got engaged?
Of course I did. I was the beneficiary of it.
How far
at times.
into the relationship were you before you knew that he had season tickets?
Like a month.
The tipping point.
Sus.
Yeah, that is sus.
Set you up for success right there.
Hey, you know what? My father-in-law's glad that he has asked me to take because my mother-in-law doesn't want to go to them anymore. So I'm doing a favor too.
Now he's making it worse. Good guy
Pushing
flannel.
out the mother-in-law.
Good guy flannel.
That's crazy.
GGF. Good guy flannel.
Always looking out for number one.
That's the crowd's picking up here at the Ally Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It's Friday time, $2 birdie beers, man.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
It's like a happy hour out here at the Allied Challenge. That is right. Planet Fitness has a fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, over 50 in the Metro Detroit area. Over 2,600 of them around the world. Squeaky clean gym, the judgment-free atmosphere. Did you also know this, everybody? All Planet Fitnesses include personal training at no extra charge. Maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe you don't know where to start. That's why Planet Fitness is perfect for you. It's perfect for you if you want to start. It's perfect for me, for someone who's been a member for over 3 years. Tons of cardio, tons of weights, 30-minute circuits, stretching stations. It's all covered, and it's not going to break the bank. Some people are out there paying $100 a month for their fitness members. Somebody walking around here at hole number 17 at the Allied Challenge is paying $100 a month for their gym membership. Why? If you hear me, why? Planet Fitness is the play. Go to planetfitness.com. Pull in the parking lot at any one of the over 50 Metro Detroit locations. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Back out of here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at the Allied Challenge, courtesy of Randy Wise Automotive Group, Neil Rule, Sam Flannel, Young Justin, Spencer Raxter. We've gone basically wall-to-wall college football. It is week 0 tomorrow. I can't wait. We're having a great time here at the Allied Challenge as well. The Champions PGA Tour.
This place is sick.
Yeah,
you
some
guys
of the best to
definitely
ever
come
do
down
it.
here. This is a lot of fun.
No, we're here at the Fan Zone at 17. You can bring the kids. Tickets are cheap. This is what we say we want in a sporting event. Tickets are cheap. They got $2 birdie beers. When someone makes a birdie on 17, shout out Corey Pavin.
Looks like they got some little squeezers over there.
There you go.
And if you come down here tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I'll be here watching the Florida State-Georgia Tech game if you want to watch with me.
There it is. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll probably be
the
here.
Allied people are fired up for college football. Everybody is. But come on out here. And again, just want to shout out Corey Pavin for making a birdie
Shout
at
out
17
Corey Pavin.
and getting $2 beers for the people.
My second favorite golfer behind John Daly.
He's a GOAT. He's a top 10 golfer of all time after today.
For sure.
I gotta look it up and see
where he ranks.
Yeah,
world rankings.
No, I know where he works at, where he's at in the world rankings. I just got to see how the round's doing. There's no way that he's not playing well here today. Flannel, real quick, did you know the origin of Week 0 in college football? Do you know why it's in existence?
I don't.
So it's fitting that Hawaii plays every single time. Corey Pavin tied for 6th right now.
Let's go, Corey.
All
right, Corey.
He's winning this.
You're winning this.
Corey Pavin's taking this thing down. So
Gets another birdie on 17.
Please.
There it is. So it's a variation of the Hawaii rule. In college football, when you play Hawaii, either at Hawaii comes to you, you get the option of having a 13th game. And the reason of it is because of revenue from the game. College football has been about the money for even before they admitted that it's about the money. And so you are able to get an extra home game to get revenue to cover because going to Hawaii is pricey.
Sure.
So you get the cost of covering your travel picked up by an extra home game. There is only young Justin, 4 games today?
Tomorrow. 4 games tomorrow.
4 games tomorrow, I mean. So a lot of the teams that are involved in games against Hawaii, Boise State declined it. I forget who else declined it. But that is the reason for the week 0. The reason for the season, as I like to say.
It's interesting. I think there was a season in the late 90s or early 2000s for Michigan where they went to Hawaii in the last week of the season. So that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
the
they
last week of the season?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's like after Ohio State, they went and played Hawaii.
It was kind of their you know how the SEC teams, because they have that one less conference game, they roll in the Citadel or whatever.
Longwood.
Yeah, whoever, they're able to do that. But yeah, so it was interesting to see that. So that is something that's going on. But for those that don't know, the Get Right, we're on Delaware State at plus 39. Double Get Right, we're back on Delaware State at plus 40.5, 11:59 kickoff on the Team One Sports app. You going to be locked in?
Probably. I'm starved, man. I'm starved.
Will you feel dirty watching it?
Nah. It's college football. I'm dying for it, especially with the Tigers. I mean, I get it. They haven't been in the race for a while, but they're playing a lot of meaningless games when it comes to the standings, of course. So, yeah, of course I'm tapped in.
Neil, you're going to think this is peak college football addiction. So I go to a music festival Labor Day weekend. And
does it have a cool logo?
What's it called?
What's it called?
It's called North Coast. I don't know if it has any.
It's definitely the N and the C are probably
one. The O's inside the C.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, and it's blue. It's some shade of blue.
It's not. Blue. It's purple and yellow.
That's blue.
Purple's a subset of blue. Why is it? Why do you people, you Techno Fest people, why is your logo always either blue or purple?
I don't know.
Okay, I just wanted the answer to it. That's all I wanted to know.
I've had.
Why is there always a letter inside the other letter?
I've had green as well.
Movement, element.
I don't know.
Electric Forest.
I guess that's
North
a question
Coast.
for the higher ups. That's a little above my pay grade. But
all right, I'm sorry. Get to your
my point was. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Pretty sure it's that.
My point is, I will be at the concert and I will have my phone up and I will be watching some of the games. There's no way I'm going to go the entire time without watching football while I'm at this music festival. I will have it on my phone in the crowd watching college football. It's going to be an interesting watch, but I will be locked in.
Woodward Sports chat thread, some reaction to the SEC. It just means more stuff. Wyatt Bear, I hear the Groves tailgating is the best. UF, UGA, and Jacksonville is also elite. I do want to go to that game someday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, SEC is become – it's something I should probably schedule starting with next college football season. Make it like a –
Dude, I'd be down.
Okay.
I'd be down. We could do a squad trip to Ole Miss, Mississippi State. That would be cool.
Maybe if there's a really well-timed Lions bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd be down for that for sure.
Let's get the
or a Lions away game at like, I don't know, Indy. Yeah.
They should play they should play a college game at Element or the Poconos or wherever it is that he hangs out. All right, what's the break?
We got to go to break, and I got to tell you guys about the watch party and the post-game show.
Yes.
You know we're doing it right. It's presented by Sabbath Coffee, and they're going to be live at Hayes Social. So if you're around there, come check us out. Great drinks, great food, great people, and great coverage of the Detroit Lions. Better than the flagship. Nobody cares about them. It's all about Woodward Sports. Make sure you check out the watch party with the heavyweights and the post-game show with Stick and Anson live after every single Lions game. Only at Hayes Social, presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
At Planet Fitness,
I'd be down
get
for that for real,
everything
though.
you
That would
need
be
for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
What's up, everybody? Don't miss our Sports Injury Insider, our guy, Dr. Jeff Pierce, every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday with Bougie and Edwards as well. He talks about the latest and greatest sports news, the injuries in the pros, also how we can stay fit for us weekend warriors as well. Dr. Jeff Pierce, he's our guy, man, absolutely our go-to guy, and he comes to us courtesy of Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. All right, final segment of the show on a Friday, live at the Ally Challenge, hole number 17 at the Fan Zone that's going on. The fans are out here. Go to allychallenge.com, get your tickets, come on out here. It is a great golf event. Michigan has the best golf courses in the nation. That is fact, not opinion.
That is fact.
I'll fight anybody that says differently. Get rid of that, all that sand-based stuff down in Florida, all of it. Michigan, greater than any golf courses.
Facts.
And they got the best one. They got the best ones. There is no doubt about that. There are 3.
Everybody knows that. If you
I
golf,
would
you know
hope
that.
they do. Yeah. If you golf, you know that. How do you like being at a golf tournament? Is this the first time you've been at a golf tournament? Like a PGA Champions Tour event?
You never been to Rocket?
No, I haven't been to Rocket.
Rocket's fun.
Obviously, we do a ton of golf events with Woodward Sports. We've done
I know
it a lot
Maz
this
gets
year.
all mad.
He does. But no, it's always fun to be in the atmosphere. And I know the last time I went to Mackinac Island, I looked at some of those golf courses and thought that they were very nice. I didn't play, but I get the appeal.
Woodward Sports chat thread. They got a question for young Justin. Aaron to the Stone. Is there a music festival that you don't go to?
Yes, there's about 20 in North America
Would
that
the list
happen
be
every
would
single
the list
week.
of ones you don't go to be shorter than the list of ones you do?
Yes.
No, it's not even close.
Did you go to Shambhala?
No, I wish. That's where I'm probably going to go next year.
My brother went there. He didn't do Electric Forest this year, but he went to Shambhala.
Yeah, I really want to try Shambhala. No alcohol. Seems like a good vibe.
Yeah.
Woodward
Just
Sports. Woodward Sports chat thread, LFG. Nice job by Torkelson yesterday.
Yeah.
Keys to wisdom. Torque's tearing MLB pitching up. You know what though? And that's fine. And I'm happy to. I'm happy to see what. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. No, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I'm happy to see it. I like it. I want him to get it together because he'll be a big part of this team hopefully going forward. However, when you are out of it, it is a lot easier. There's a lot less pressure. And that is fair and that is factual.
Well, which makes it even more imperative for him to get those numbers up. Get those season numbers up to where they look respectable, to where he has no choice but to at least be the opening day first baseman next year. I'm not holding my breath, but there is a path.
There is a path.
Jeff Berg, nothing better than a college campus on a college football Saturday.
Damn right.
That's Sean Belesian's line. Who, by the way, you can catch Sean Belesian NI.
I think I'm gonna tailgate with Sean this year. I got to get back to East Lansing. I haven't been there in a couple of years.
Do you guys know if you guys fixated a date? Because there'll be plenty of tickets available, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I want to go. I want to go to the Florida
That's
Atlantic
crazy.
game to just watch an ass whooping, and I want to go to Iowa because I think we're gonna win that game.
I'm up in the air about the Florida Atlantic game. I may go.
Yeah.
I may go play golf.
If you go, I'm down to go. And my uncle tailgates every year right outside the International Center. It's him and his buddies that he went to college with. They've been tailgating there for 20 years, so it's always a good time.
I just want to go.
And he's Filipino, so they know how to get down.
That tailgate lasts for 3 days.
Oh, dude, my Filipino uncle knows how to drink. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Rowell.
Tigers have no other power source than Torque. He is must-see TV. Now
Okay,
pump the brakes a little bit.
What the F are you talking about?
Keys is a big Torque guy.
That's
Well, he's got a home run since May.
Yeah. I wouldn't say must-see TV.
Yeah. That's a little.
Unless you're watching the Toledo game.
The subtle shots are just so funny.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
Riley Green.
You're
Kerry
not wrong.
Carpenter.
I don't. Okay. Is it
Gary
a shot?
Bonds.
Is it a shot when I say a fact?
No.
Jesus, is it a shot when I say a fact?
No, but you were just saying he was playing better, but then you also caveated it with we're not playing meaningful games.
Well, saying
What's-
he's well,
what's factually incorrect about that?
yeah, he's not
Nothing.
wrong.
Okay. It's just I remember the late 90s, Tony Clark was famous for this. He'd be a bum all year long. September would happen, and then all of a sudden he'd hit 8 home runs in the month of September, and everybody would be like, "Okay, this is the year. Okay,
Clark
this is
did
the
last
year.
year.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the year." You know what I'm saying? That's it. I've seen it before.
I've seen it. Food still warm.
How could you be a big Torque guy but hate everybody else on the team?
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, real quick. Guess where I'm going after this?
Phil Steels.
I'm going to play golf at the University of Michigan golf course.
With Braylon Edwards?
No. But with my friend who is a Michigan employee.
Yeah, I can get that cheap hookup too because my sister-in-law is a Michigan employee, so I might go up there.
So
sometime
don't say
and just
that I'm a hater.
Just chunk the shit out of the fairway.
See, I will not do that. I will not do that.
Shout out Devin Bush.
Shout out
But
Devin
again,
Bush.
I just want it out there. I am not a Michigan hater. I just expect more out of Michigan than you guys do.
Hey, national championship is pretty.
I am an
nice.
open Michigan hater.
That's fair.
All right. I think we've done it. That's enough.
Yep.
Okay. AllyChallenge.com for tickets. Shout out Randy Wise Automotive Team for having us out here. The people at the Ally have been incredible. Get down here to the fan zone at 17. Everybody's having a great time. And wait for someone to make a birdie on 17. Get $2 beers. Have we about covered it all?
Yeah, that's about it. Shout out Randy Wise.
Shout out Randy Wise.
Shout out
again.
Ally Challenge.
For Flannel, for Young Justin, for Spencer Raster, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in to Big D.